This is Top Accolade Global News Update. I am Abiodun Mohammed. The remains of military objects were found in a forest in northern Poland on Thursday, which a broadcaster said authorities believed could be part of a missile stock in the ground. The Defense and Justice Ministries did not identify the object found near the city of Bydgoszcz or say how long it had been there. Private broadcaster RMF-FM reported that it was an air-to-surface missile measuring several meters stuck in the ground, with its head missing. It identified no sources for its report. Poland has been on alert for possible spillover of weaponry from the war in neighboring Ukraine, especially since 2 people were killed near the border last November by what Warsaw concluded was a misfired Ukrainian air defense missile. The Defense Ministry said on Twitter the remains of an unidentified military object were found in the environs of the village of Zamość near Bydgoszcz. The area where the object was found is hundreds of kilometers from Poland's borders with Ukraine, Belarus, and the Russian exclave of Kaliningrad. The United States and African nations were racing to secure an extension of a ceasefire in Sudan on Thursday, with the Sudanese army giving an initial nod to an African proposal calling for talks even as fighting continued. Hundreds of people have been killed in nearly 2 weeks of conflict between the army and the rival paramilitary force, the Rapid Support Forces (RSF), which are locked in a power struggle that threatens to destabilize the wider region. An RSF statement accused the army of attacking its forces on Thursday and spreading in quote false rumors, making no reference to the proposal, which the army said came from the Intergovernmental Authority on Development (IGAD), an African regional bloc. Gunfire could be heard on Thursday in the Khartoum area, a resident told newsmen. The existing 3-day ceasefire brought about a lull in fighting without completely halting heat, but was due to expire at midnight, and many foreign nationals remained trapped in the country despite an exodus over the past few days. The army late on Wednesday said its leader, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, had given initial approval to the plan to extend the truce for another 72 hours and to send an army envoy to the South Sudan capital, Juba, for talks. Ukrainian forces have advanced on a poorly defended part of the riverine coast of Kherson, the southern region bisected by the Dnipro River, according to several reports. During the 61st week of the war, Ukraine took back a large swath of the region, including the capital city, also called Kherson, from invading Russian forces last year, but the Russians entrenched themselves on the river's left bank. Geolocated footage published by a Russian military reporter on April 22nd showed that Ukrainian forces had established positions north of Oleshki, 7 kilometers southwest of Kherson city, said the Institute for the Study of War, ISW, a Washington-based think tank. In quote, the enemy is indeed carrying out attacks on the left bank using small boats supplied as part of United States military assistance, wrote a Russian military reporter who posed as Riber, a large length of the coastline, and the impossibility of physical control over the coastal areas due to regular shelling play in favor of the armed forces of Ukraine. Another Russian reporter wrote on April 20th that Ukrainian forces had been fortifying their positions in quote on our shore near the destroyed Antonivsky Bridge. China says it will work with Pakistan's military to, in quote, further deepen and expand the two nations' mutual interest and jointly protect regional peace and stability. A statement by the Chinese Defense Ministry on Wednesday said Zhang Yuxia, the vice chairman of China's Central Military Commission, made the comment during his meeting with Pakistan's Army Chief General Ziyad Azim Munir, who is on his maiden visit to Beijing, in quote, noting that China and Pakistan are all-weather strategic cooperative partners and close friends. Zhang said that no matter how the international situation changes, China always gives Pakistan priority in its neighborhood diplomacy, said the statement. Another statement released by the Pakistan Army's media wing, the Inter-Services Public Relations (ISPR), said Munir was given a warm welcome and presented with a guard of honor upon his arrival at the People's Liberation Army headquarters in Beijing on Wednesday. In quote, matters of mutual security interest and military cooperation were discussed. Both military commanders reiterated the need for maintaining peace and stability in the region and enhancing military-to-military cooperation, the Pakistani statement said. The ISPR said Munir will hold further meetings with military officials in China to enhance the long-standing relations between the two militaries during his 4-day visit. Mohammed Faisal, an Islamabad-based foreign policy analyst, and close observer of Pakistan-China ties, told newsmen Munir's visit is crucial as it comes amid political, economic and security crisis in Pakistan. Argentina will start to pay for Chinese imports in yuan rather than dollars, the government announced on Wednesday, a measure that aims to relieve the country's dwindling dollar reserves. In April, it aims to pay around $1 billion of Chinese imports in yuan instead of dollars, and thereafter around $719 million of monthly imports will be paid in yuan, a government statement said. The decision aims to ease the outflow of dollars, Argentina's economy minister Sergio Massa said during an event following a meeting with the Chinese ambassador Zou Xiaoli, as well as with companies from various sectors. The decision comes as the South American nation battles critical levels in its dollar reserves amid a sharp drop in agricultural exports caused by a historic drought, as well as political uncertainty ahead of elections this year. In November last year, Argentina expanded a currency swap with China by $5 billion, seeking to strengthen Argentina's international reserves. The agreement will allow Argentina, in quotes, to work on the possibility of advancing the rate of import, Massa added, with yuan-denominated import orders being authorized in 90 days rather than the standard 180 days. That is the size of top accolade global news update. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy Thursday!